We've been waiting all year for this. The stage, the Sheffield Crucible, and finally, 44 episodes in, and 7 months or something stupid after we started the season, we are here in Sheffield. Hello there folks, and welcome to part 44 of Season 2 of our Neil Robertson Pro career on Snooker 19, and part 113 of this series as a whole. And today, we start our Betfred World Snooker Championship adventure, the final tournament, and the biggest, of course, of Season 2 against Tom Ford, a player who, funnily enough, we drew in the first round of the World Snooker Championship last year, and we beat him. We succumbed to Mark Allen in the second round last year by 13 frames to 5. So today, we're going to see if we can beat Tom Ford in the first round. Now, unfortunately, I forgot before entering this tournament to set the matches to long. So that is a bit of a bummer and a big mistake from me. But what I will say is that the matches are now set to long. So providing we get into the next round and beat Tom Ford in this best of 5 today, it will be set to the longer matches and a best of 19 for the next match. But of course, we've got to beat Tom Ford first, which, you know, if we're looking from a complacent point of view, is something that, yeah, should be achievable. But Tom Ford is a good player. It's the biggest tournament of the year, so players that might not be expected to win will give their all. But this is a massive tournament for us. We have been playing well in these last few months, definitely, but we've fell victim, ultimately, to the Selby curse far too many times. And it's been very frustrating. We've gone out of 4 of the last 5 tournaments to Mark Selby now. So if we win today's game, God forbid we get drawn against Selby in the last 16. But it just looks so special, isn't it? We are here at the Crucible. It looks so different to anywhere else, and we are about to get our World Snooker Championship adventure underway. This is a massive tournament, so if you guys could leave a like on the video, that is absolutely awesome. This is the tournament that tends to get the most views the whole season, so every like really matters. If you think it doesn't make a difference, it really does. A very nice break off from us. A nice shot from Tom Ford as well, not leaving anything open whatsoever. And the crowd seem to like that one.
This looks safe to me.
Now, the good thing with a normal World Snooker Championship game is that it could take a fair while to get into the game. And if it does, it doesn't matter because you've got plenty of frames to do, if you like. You know, if you lose the first 5 frames, you can get back into the match. It's not a problem. But we have set ourselves an added bit of pressure here because, well, we have to win the frames from the outset here. It's a potential plant chance, this, I think. It's a risk if it doesn't come off, but let's see. And it's there. Great pot. And that's how we start our World Championship. That is a nice plant. Not usually a plant player. Not much of a green thumb. No, sorry. I can't start making those jokes at the World Championship. That would just be wrong. As I said earlier, we dropped out far too early last year at the last 16 stage in a decider against Mark Allen. That was horrible. It really was. I was absolutely gutted by that. It took me quite a while to get over because, well, as you can understand, you know, we had real high hopes for the World Championships, and to be knocked out in such a cruel manner like that does take a bit of time to get over.
7.
And especially having all that faith of, great, we're going to the World Champs, woohoo. I should have really checked that because we should have got on the black. That would have made this shot a bit easier, but oh well. You know, we're at the World Champs, all that hype of being in Sheffield, and all of a sudden you have to come crashing back down to the realisation that the next tournament's in Riga. And if you do well in the World Championships, that's not a problem. But I'll tell you something, if you don't do well, it can be a horrible, horrible crushing blow. And we have made quite a silly mistake there. If we'd have got a bit higher, we'd have been nicely on the red, but we're not. So it's just a bit of a shot to nothing here. If it's pot's great, but if not, which it doesn't, we should have left a bit of safety, but it's hit the blue, and Tom Ford gets his first chance. So a little bit of nice play from us, but not good enough at the start of this first frame. But I've got a cup of tea. I've got a glass of squash as well, so we're all fully ready for what's to come today. Again, I'm pretty annoyed with myself about the best of 5, it only being a best of 5, but ultimately, if we worried about these things all our lives, we wouldn't be able to worry about the serious stuff, would we? But he's missed the brown, And is he going to play into the reds? He gets away with that. He just plays the pink. That is very fortunate. Where's the cue ball? Again, it's okay. So he really gets away with that. But does leave this red on. To attempt it. We can play it nice and soft. Get on the black as well. That's a bit of a howler from Tom Ford. Going for that brown there. Seemed absolutely just... Well, seemed silly, didn't it? Unfortunately, there isn't too much we can do from here. So we're just going to put this back up bulk. Try and come on the cushion and potentially get it behind the yellow. Again, if we don't, it doesn't really matter, but we can just experiment at this point. Everything's safe, so I think it's worth it. That's good. That's a good shot.
Robertson, 1.
Not quite got the snooker, but certainly limits his chances, and he's hit the black. And he's gone in off. No, he hasn't, the jammy sod. And that's an even worse. So we're going to force him to retake this. Could have forced him to continue from behind that brown because that was pretty nasty. But he has hit the red this time. So maybe force him to continue might have been the better thing to do rather than retake. But oh well. Again, doesn't hurt. I wouldn't say. Gotta be careful we don't gotta be careful. Gotta be careful we don't overhit this, and we haven't. So we nick the red. And it's right on the cushion. Lovely.
That's an excellent safety.
It looks like he's trying to get the cue ball tight on the cushion here.
If he hits that yellow, that's going to be dangerous, and he hits it practically full ball. So we win that safety exchange. Well done to us there. That was good stuff. This is always a risky shot. If you play it too hard, you can always go in off, but that looks to me maybe a tad pacey, but okay to get on the black. Although unfortunately it doesn't really leave too much in terms of the reds, so that's the only shame of it. I think it might be time to get this back up bulk again. Again, it doesn't seem like we're quite in the mood at the moment, if you like, quite in the flow. I just think that black would be a bit of a waste of time, because all we do is end up playing a safety anyway. Sure, it's 7 points to get ahead, but it's not worth the risk sometimes.
Robertson, 1.
And he's opened up the reds again, so this seems to be working for us at the moment. No massive opportunity though, has to be said. So just a little nick off this red. That could be a nice shot. It's the blue full ball. We didn't really want that. But it's a long pot. If he decides to go for it, and he's not going to try and play this safe. Then he's not got it safe. So Tom Ford's safety has been a little bit lacklustre so far. But I know exactly how he feels. We've been on the receiving end of that plenty of times, so I can only sympathise, but this needs to have a little bit more power in it. I think, I don't know actually, if we've just about got away with that, we can get to the brown. Yeah, we can get to, ooh. Black's too close to the cushion to do anything with, so we're going to have to try this pink into the top pocket, and this is a massive risk, so I'm going to play it as a bit of a shot to nothing, I think. No, we've missed it. But we've done the right thing by coming up to the bulk. It's still a fairly easy potting chance for Tom Ford, and we mucked that up a little bit. But it was the right thing to do given the circumstances, but that's a nice pot. Just the black on here. It's a bit tight. But this could be a fry-winning chance for Tom Ford to get 1-0 ahead. Not quite got our mojo just yet in this match. But because there haven't been many red colour combinations, the scores are pretty low from us here. He's playing decently at the moment, as you would expect.
19.
The only thing that I would love to see is Virgo and Dennis Taylor on comms here, but oh well. I think I mentioned Virgo and that made him shiver. He's missed it, but probably be better to see from this side if this red goes. He could have got away with it here. It's tight. Definitely is. I don't think it's worth the risk, so he gets away with it, does Tom Ford there, so it doesn't leave an easy chance, but that is not what we wanted. But actually, he's got to take a big risk to pop this red now. It's pretty close between the two players. Still 75 left on the table, though. And that, again, is a little bit of a poor safety.
This is no gimme.
But it's there, and we've opened up those reds. If we'd have missed that, that would have been catastrophic. But this is now a good chance for us. Been a scrappy one this frame so far. Both players. The perfect shot would have been the blue there, but we can't get to it, so we're not going to worry too much. But we're doing okay here. Again, the first frame, as I always say in these best of fives, feel free to dislike the video if you keep getting annoyed at me saying this. Yeah, the first frame in a best of five is huge.
Pace required for this shot.
Especially now we've put ourselves in this predicament of having to play a best of five in the World Championships. I mean, it's not exactly the best thing to do, but it's an added pressure, an added interest, I would say, here. Makes the game a little bit more interesting. Not something I would do by choice, though.
11.
And if I'd been a complete idiot and forgot to set the matches to long. But I can't believe we're here. This season has been really long. Even though there's only been 44 parts. If you remember, we had that break when I started work. I mean, again, this season has been going on all since I've been working. That's just frightening to think about, actually. This pot's got to go right, so we can't start reminiscing about what I do at work. But clean as you like. Lovely.
Crunching long pot. 17.
As David Hendon says, a bit of a trademark one for us.
18.
We completely mucked the position up there, though. For the blue. Wants to get exactly straight on it, but we couldn't, so I'm going to play the safer shot here and play the yellow, and then just go for a long pot on the red. And we're pretty usually good. I keep getting all my words muddled up today. We're usually pretty good at the pots, and I think it's a decent risk to take.
Not an easy one, but a half chance. What a beauty.
And we're on the black.
21.
Red's a little bit awkward, so I'm going to play the blue. Always favour screw back, as you've got long-term viewers know, but it's a risk this is, because it's, again, a tricky pot on the blue.
He's an expert long potter. And
just give us better position there if we pot it, so...
Really
and it's there.
there.
Just need the position to go right for us, and it seems it has.
26.
So, just red needed to take this first frame here at the Crucible.
Important pot here. Nice.
And it's there.
And that effectively shuts out his opponent in this frame.
20.
So, that's first frame to us. Be a bit of good practice if we can clear up here. Get some points on the board.
34.
Would have been interesting though, wouldn't it, playing a long game against Tom Ford. But at the same time, you know, given like last year's match, it could have been boring for you guys, because it might well have been 10-1 to us or something. But as I said, I didn't do it by choice. Which makes it a tad annoying, but nothing we can do about it now. Just got to get on with the challenge ahead. It needs to play that a little bit harder.
39.
Still play the brown though. Give it a go.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner.
That's not bad. And it's there. It's dropped.
No issue
Good
there.
pot.
40.
So our potting game pretty accurate as usual. And the pink's in a bit of an unorthodox position.
48.
Could have done with getting straighter on that. play with a lot of power, ain't going to hurt. We can give it a bit of a try.
Along the cushion.
Great pot.
He's on a real roll here. Great strike.
And this cue ball has come down very cleanly for the black. So good shot there.
54.
This will be a pretty good break, actually, to start us off. So, this break of what will now be 61,
Great clearance.
we take the first frame.
Thrilled with that.
As Hendon says, a good clearance.
61. And the first
Great
frame,
stuff.
Neil Robertson.
That's the
But we were 1-0 up in our last match against Mark Selby, so
Well, he's taken the
best
lead
of
here.
fives can go absolutely any way.
Thank you. The second frame.
Getting this second frame would put a lot more security on this, I would say. Let's hit the blue. It's not ideal for Tom Ford.
That's a poor shot.
This is a big chance.
loose play like that isn't what you'd expect from a player of his quality.
That was a good shot.
A lot of power.
That's a good opening red.
Not the best split, admittedly, but not too bad. That's it. That's what we wanted. By the way, I would have no idea how to play these shots in real life. It's just, right, if the cue ball's going to end up there, beautiful. It's placed with the right sort of power. Bit hard, so that could be our detriment.
Very well played.
If that slows down, it's okay. But it's a real big chance, because he hit that blue. We just play the red and then play very nicely into the red, so good shot there. A little bit awkward this is for the black. Red's there, and again that's pretty awkward for the black this.
Nicely onto the black.
We'll play it anyway.
This should be pretty straightforward.
It's there, and we've gone into the reds. That's a nice split.
Quite the split he wanted.
13.
Bit of a tricky pot here, but should be okay. Come on, red, be nice.
He's
There
played
you go,
that
it's
very
dropped,
well
lovely.
with the rest.
14.
That's a great split. He'll be unlucky if he's not on anything here.
Another good split, but where's the cue ball going to finish up? Going to probably have to be something to the middle right. Or right middle. See, I keep getting my words mixed up. Honestly, unbelievable. You've just heard it there, haven't you? Middle right. What am I going on about? I don't know. Need to keep focused though, because the middle pockets are never very forgiving, but good pot.
Great positional shot. He'll be happy with that.
And I'm hoping that Tom Ford realises that because his first safety was poor, that he ain't going to get another chance in this frame. Well, it was the break-off shot, wasn't it? It wasn't actually the first safety. It was the break-off, so, yeah. So we're not hitting the green here. That's fine.
26.
He's just looking to drop this in gently.
Just a few tight shots here. Get back on track.
27.
That's it. Good shot. So we should be okay now. All back on track as intended. And as you can see, there's a decent line of reds that we can take on. So looking absolutely rosy here to
Now, can he drop this into the right?
do this in one visit.
That's an excellent pot.
Wonderful pot. Outstanding effort.
And absolutely straight on the blue. You can make it look very easy when you've got a chance like this.
Can't
But
see
equally,
it
of course, you can get complacent and make yourself look stupid. And potentially wake the other player up, which is what you don't want to do.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
I've missed that. You idiot.
To try and eliminate errors like that in this match.
Well, I just jinxed myself, didn't I?
38.
That one on the right of the cluster of the three, you know, what should have really been the one I played, because that was a fairly straight pot, but I thought, no, we'll play the blue afterwards and then play that. Get that trickier one out of the way, but what a silly thing to do.
Needs to take this chance.
No, couldn't agree more. Folds. Really couldn't agree more with nil folds there. That was really poor from us. Only to have a break of 38 from that chance we made. And I honestly think we're going to need a little bit of luck now if we're going to go on and win this frame. That is disappointing. And that's the sort of thing we definitely need to shrug off in this World Championship.
4.
If we're going to do anything.
5.
But let's see how Tom Ford gets on. It's not all over yet in this frame, but as you well know, there is absolutely nothing you can do from the chair.
12.
I swear to God, if we win this match and then get Tom Selby, must be Mark's younger brother.
Pot along the cushion here.
If we get Mark Selby in the last 16, I think I might just cry. Might open up that cluster of three. Thought so.
Great opportunity.
That is a good chance now for Tom Ford. I've got the burps now. After drinking that cup of tea. Didn't realise caffeine gives you the burps, but okay. Maybe that bit of caffeine will
21.
hopefully make us make less stupid decisions like the one we made. But as with all these things, if you pot it, you don't look twice. You don't think twice about what decision you've just made. But if you miss it, you look a fool.
27.
Tom Ford steadily going at this. He's 11 behind. 4 heads left on the table.
Looking to play this softly.
32.
Don't do too much issue, but you just never know. So, as I said, don't want to jinx anything either way just yet. As we did by saying, well, if you've got an opportunity, you can make it look easy. Well, make it look like a prat more like. So Tom Ford now ahead, and apologies for the gulping. Shouldn't really do that, it's a bit rude, but oh well. Right, that's the cup of tea gone. So just the fruit and barley peach squash to go. It's like listening to blowers on the cricket, isn't it? Oh look, never mind the cricket, there's a bird over there. Can't do that with snooker.
This looks pretty simple.
But yeah, he's 9 ahead. You know, I don't see much problem with the colours. The pink could be a problem potentially, but he won't need the pink, obviously.
52.
That could be a bit of a trickier pot potentially, but he's completely on target.
Top shot. Well played.
So just the colours to go. He's 15 ahead at the moment, so blue, which I'm guessing he will play here, will put him 20 ahead.
58.
So just yellow and green needed to level this up.
60.
This will be a good break from Tom Ford, and yeah, we do need to wake up a bit because that was a great chance, and we gave it up far too easy.
So, just this green required.
63.
A bit of a spot of bother with this brown though, but it's there.
What a
Great
beautiful
clean pot.
that is.
67. 72.
See if you can cut this pink in or whether he'll even bother trying. Oh wow. That makes me a bit nervous, the fact he can pull something like that off.
Lining the black up.
So a very good break of 85 there. 2 good breaks to win frames so far from the players. Break of 85 there by Tom Ford. Now makes it 1 each.
And that is the frame. Well played.
Need to wake up a bit in this third frame. This is massive.
Moment. A fascinating contest.
Looks decent now. I'm a bit worried about that red that's hanging, and he might get a chance on it.
Yes, he's taking the pot.
Taking it on, but he's missed it.
That's really close, but
But he's not left
quite
much
close
else
enough.
on, so he's got away with it. Oh, have I left my iPad on? Silly man. I usually put that on silent when I'm recording. I do apologise. I was trying to think how we go for a shot to nothing here. We can't really do it. That'll do. That's okay. It's right up against the cushion. There's no chance of potting that. So a good shot there. Good safety. So he's going to play off this red. See how he gets on. Putting it back in a similar position as it was before. They're leaving us a sniff. But crucially, if we go and miss this, then it's a big chance for Tom Ford. But I've got fair confidence. So we're going to hit this with a bit of power.
He fancies this red.
That is a quality opening red.
Good opening red. And that is a great split. And once again, a good chance.
1.
See where this ends us up. Should be okay if it pulls up. Looks good enough to me.
6.
Black won't go at the moment. I know it's obviously not the black we're playing on, so don't worry about that. Could do that and open those up, but we won't take the risk at the moment. Play this up for the blue. Looks pretty good. But as I've said, we need to win this frame. We've got in all 3 times. Really, this should be, especially after that last frame, should be the frame where we can come in and go, right, this is going to be 3-0. But that's not the way it is. We can't change the past. Just got to focus on getting this frame right. Queuing through the pink casually there. Get bulk side of the blue. That's it. Lovely.
13.
Yeah, played it well.
Thank you very much, Folds. Not quite straight as we'd want, so we're going to have to give this a good whack to get everything moving.
That's not what he was hoping for.
How's that not what he was hoping for? Just talk rubbish, does Neil Folds sometimes. Sure,
19.
blue's blocked a top pocket, which is a bit of a pain, but, you know, he's still got the yellow, so... I just feel a bit silly when they say all that sometimes. Go, well, it's a terrible shot, not what he hoped for. Well, yes, there's a few difficult shots to play now, but Christ, it's not a terrible shot.
Excellent positional play there. Inch perfect.
21.
He was obviously happy with our recovery. Was Mr. Folds. Former world number 3. That pink's a bit of an eyesore there. Oh, dog's barking. No dogs in the crucible, I thought. Getting a bit excited for some reason. And if you can hear it, I certainly can. Don't want to be too close to the cushion here if we can help it.
Perfect
It's
position.
okay.
25.
Getting a bit wayward here, I must admit. Oh, that's too hard. But it's okay. Again, those old errors slipping in a little bit here. We're getting away with a few errors, but it's okay at the moment.
26.
It's not bad on the blue though, is it? Again,
Well,
really
no
excited
surprises
the
here
dog
with
is
the
now.
pot attempt.
Not the cleanest to pots again, does go off the jaw, but it's in. That's all that matters. And that's one that's out of the way. I'm glad that's out of the way because that could be a bit of a pain later on.
30.
But if we don't take this chance, then something seriously bad must have happened.
Long pot, right up his street. Oh, what a shot that is.
Really well played.
Right, let's play this red up bulk now and try and get this pink potted. But no, we're going to have to go for the blue again. It's not the best angle, is it, on that yellow, so on that pink, so not going to bother.
Excellent shot.
He seems full of confidence at the moment.
Won't go that far. It's a bit dodgy on that blue. We didn't quite position that right. So again, bulk colour.
This should be straightforward enough. Nicely positioned for the red.
Does feel weird to be at the Crucible. Playing only a best of 5. Has there ever been a best of 5 at the Crucible? Does make you wonder.
42.
There's been that one frame exhibition between Dennis Taylor and Jimmy White. Steve Davis, of course, in the
Long pot.
2010 remake of that 1985 final, which of course is 35 years ago this year.
47.
I have to say I wasn't around to see it. Wasn't even a glint in my dad's eye back then. Looking good though here. It's been a steady break, not the cleanest.
48.
But sometimes it doesn't have to be the cleanest break. Now could have been a maximum of 80 with these 10 reds and blacks.
50.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But as long as we keep knocking these in, it doesn't really matter if it's blacks, blues, pinks, or yellows. And finally, we can get rid of that pink.
This is the key shot. If this goes in, you fancy him for the frame.
You heard David Hendon, that should be frame 2 over the line.
That shuts the door on his opponent.
As I said before, it should be the frame in which we won the match, but am I really bothered? Gotta just focus on getting it right in this 4th frame now. But at least we've got the buffer. We could be in a much further
Centre here.
worse situation.
67.
If we got it all wrong and went 2-1 down, you know, that would really put the pressure on.
68.
He's lining this one up to the middle pocket.
I don't know if this red does go. If it doesn't, I'm not
That's an
bothered.
unforced error.
No, it doesn't. Absolutely fine. Might as well try like a little plant or something. No. Again, not bothered really. We've won the frame, and that's all that matters. So, after 3 frames, it is 2 frames to 1. And we're 1 away from getting through to the last 16.
Robertson.
Well played to take that frame.
And it actually will be a best of 19 next time out, if we do get through here.
Pressure on his opponent in this frame.
Tom Ford playing with a lot of right-hand side.
To the 4th frame. Tom Ford to break.
Previous break-off wasn't the best, and that is, well, unorthodox to say the least. He needs some help from the bulk, but he's not going to get it. And I have to tell you, even worse than his first break-off. Just get the ball safe. Don't give your opponent a chance this early on.
Nicely positioned for the blue here.
1.
It's my top tip, really, you know. Basic tips, get the cue ball safe from the start. Make your opponent work for a chance. Don't give them 6, 7 reds they can knock in straight away. Now, it's very bizarre from Tom Ford, that. Strange methodology. Maybe he might not have been very lucky. It might work the rest of the time, but that was particularly poor. Not a bad great split, was it there, to be honest?
12.
No split existent, to be honest. I don't think this will go. That's a shame. That is a real shame. So just play the safest thing we can and play up to the reds.
Neil Robertson, 12.
If he underhits this, it could end badly.
Come back up to the bulk. His safety play's not been great so far. And well, he hasn't been again. Well, let's be fair to him. He has kept that 1 red safe. Try a plant on this, I suppose. It's a risk. It's not worked out. That wasn't great.
He'll be irritated with himself there. He's handed his opponent a real opportunity.
Here's a chance for Tom Ford, but he's missed the first red. Well, again, silly from us a bit really, but you know, the way Tom Ford's playing at the moment, he's got to be concerned.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner.
And his break-off was just abysmal, wasn't it? Oh, bloody hell.
1.
Sometimes you just can't get any luck, can you? That won't go. That's blue now. So yellow it has to be.
He's taking it on.
And this is a bit narrow. But it's there.
That's a top quality shot with the rest. Not easy at all.
And we can get rid of this stupid red to the middle pocket here. There you go. Bye-bye. And actually, we might be on the black here, so that's not bad at all.
4.
Right, let's make sure we give ourselves a chance here. Don't do what we did last time. That looks okay to me.
11. 12.
Might as well just play into these reds, seeing as we've got the opportunity.
Good split. That's really opened the table.
Neil Fold seems to like that, but I would argue it's no better a split than the one he was saying, well, that's not really what he was looking for, so not really sure what the commentary's set up to be in terms of programme and what's defined as a good split or not. I'm really not sure. It depends on what sort of player you are, what a good split is. A good split for some players is the odd chance. A good split for others is getting a huge chance. You know, it's not a good split for some players who aren't very adept at some sort of shots and vice versa. So, but I'm not going to get too hung up about that.
Out of the top drawer.
Position looks pretty good to me.
This does look good, doesn't it?
Lots of power on this shot.
Just get these moving a bit. We can dispatch with the pink pretty much straight away if we want. Blue seems the more sensible shot though, doesn't it?
He's playing for the right corner here.
Easy as you like.
He's right on top of his game at the moment.
31.
As long as we keep our composure,
Nice position
we should
on the
dispatch with Tom Ford, as well as that pink at whatever point.
But
But it's great to be back at the Crucible. And this is hopefully, you know, I don't think we're setting our bar too high with aiming to win this tournament this year. You have to be in it to win it with the World Championships. And what a great win it would be. It would really put us back into some sort of familiarity and importance. Equally, if we did poorly in this tournament, you know, it could be down to 12th, 13th in the rankings, which can be a bit damaging. But we're playing with fluency, which is good to see.
55.
And apart from a few blips, we've played pretty decently today.
Just this red needed.
And the red's there.
Top shot.
So barring snookers,
That should be it.
it's been a short match, I realise, but
This match.
we should be through now to round 2, into the last 16.
63.
And it's not too much of a worry that this was a short match, because I think based on last year's evidence, and certainly the evidence based off this match so far, I think we would have beaten Tom Ford by whatever elevated score it would have been in a best of 19.
4.
So yes, realism, not so much, but just a mistake from me. So I apologise for that, but hopefully it's still been an entertaining one today. The reassuring thing is that we've got through, ultimately. You know, it would have looked incredibly stupid if not, if we hadn't got through here. But we have done just that. And it'd be great to end this with a century. So let's see if we can do it. And I'm very interested to see who our opponent will be in the last 16 of the World Champs. Very intriguing.
$77.
Just going to keep focused here. As I said, it'd be great to get a century.
78.
So that's Tom Ford's season over. Must be horrible to crash out at the first round of the World Champs. Go on holiday for a few months now and come back in at Riga. Which is great for some, but, you know, Tom Ford is a good player. Got knocked out in the first round, bless him, last year by us as well, so
Decent position to take
he'll be a bit annoyed.
86.
Just going to play up for the blue, because makes position on the yellow a hell of a lot easier.
Well, I'm not surprised.
This is a shot that could go wrong, though. It's not match critical anymore, of course, but it would be nice to get that century.
Great cueing.
It's dropped. Nice.
91.
So, yellow, green and brown for a perfect 100.
$93.
And that should be pretty decent for the brown to get a century now.
96.
So, we'll wait till we've hit the shot first. As John Virgo would say, ton up! Ton up! Sorry for all of you in headphones there, you must have got the fright of your lives.
100.
But our first ton of the World Champs. And we played well today. A few hiccups, but nothing that was too detrimental. And certainly in a longer game wouldn't be detrimental as long as we don't make them something that happen regularly, just an occasional. Hopefully we can get this for the black. Not going to be the easiest angle in the world, but it'll hopefully be achievable.
111.
Not quite been a complete clearance. We made 2 reds beforehand, but if the black goes, it certainly does. That's a great break, 118, and we beat Tom Ford by 3 frames to 1. And we're through to the second round.
And match Neil Robertson.
And that puts him into the next round.
Thank goodness for that. We'd look like a complete idiot, wouldn't we, if we didn't get through that? We really would. So, let's see who we're playing in the next episode, in round 2. We only got here this time last year, and hopefully the game will have set to long matches, fingers crossed now as well. So let's see. I'm not going to look at the right-hand side of the screen, just focus on the amount of frames first. Best of 25. Oh! Oh! Ouch! Ronnie! Oh, that's a bit of a swine, that, isn't it? Oh. I'm excited by that draw, though. You know, at the pinnacle, I know Mark Selby is in game, but to beat Ronnie in the World Champs is kind of something that every player wants to do. I'm really looking forward to that. So, the way we're going to run it is 4-3. I'll see how we go. I might do 4 videos, so 7, 6, 6, 7, is that right? No, I can't do maths. 7, 6, 6, 6. Yeah. Or 6, 6, 6, 7. Yeah. Or we might do 3 videos where we do 9, 8, 8 or 8, 9, 8 or whatever. But it just depends on how I feel when we come to record it. Plus the fact I might just do it based on how the match is going. So, you know, if it's, let's say, 3 each, we might go to do a few more frames, but it probably depends on how the match is going. So we'll judge that when we get to it. But that is something to be really excited about. A round 2 match against the Rocket, one of the best of all time. Arguably the GOAT, Ronnie O'Sullivan, in the second round of the Betfred World Championships. And this is as big a match for Ronnie as it is for us, because Ronnie is down in 6th. He's not playing his best at the moment, And if he goes out of the World Champs at this stage, well, he could be falling down the rankings just a little bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll be back on, I can't remember what day it is now, because I'm recording these quite a bit in advance. It'll be Monday, won't it? Yeah, it'll be on Monday, I think we'll be back with the first episode, the first part of the match against Ronnie. My God, I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully you guys are too. Leave a like, comment and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content, and thank you very much for your company today. But I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.